Peace, people. It's me, Arlenejramsey, CEO and founder of Everyone Let's Talk, also your favorite self-wealth mentor. This segment, I would like to discuss Iyanla Vanzant's coverage and regarding what's happening in Ferguson. I want to say kudos to you for going out there and giving us a different perspective, because we needed to see that other than mainstream media. I personally think that should have been a two-part documentary, and the part that we saw Tuesday night, it was okay, but I think your approach was way too passive. Way too passive. It is my belief, this is what Arlenejramsey says, you cannot truly empower people of African descent or people of melanin if you are afraid to speak to people of European descent or Caucasian people about racism and racial issues for what it is, how it is, and exactly how it is when the time is hot. You cannot empower a people. Too many people are afraid of the entire system. Too many people of melanin are afraid of the European mindset. And they are afraid of the disdain that the Europeans have for the African American. And they're looking for leaders to step up and say those things. Malcolm X is no longer here. Dr. Martin Luther King is no longer here. Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass, I can go on and on and on. Those were people who said things for exactly what they were. You are a person that is in the position of leadership. You are also an African American woman. There is absolutely no way that you should have gone down there and recorded that in that passive manner. I totally disagree with it. I'm not beat for it. Okay, now I understand that we have to be politically correct, and I understand that you must have a talk show, and you must of course keep a certain image because you're for the world, and yeah, I understand all of that. But what I also understand is that when the time is hot, this is what generals do, this is what samurais do. When that time gets hot, you let them know that the sword is hot too. The sword is hot too. You have to let them know that. And not that I'm saying that you should ignite war. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that you did not address the uncivilized mindset of the European. You did not address that. You did not address the fact that the Caucasian man thinks that the black man's life is actually expendable, and he thinks that it's okay to kill somebody that doesn't have any weapon in his hand, that's a couple of feet away from him, that's clearly not a threat, with his hands up in the air. You did not address that. That is an issue. We can't hop, skip, and jump over that. Who's going to be the person to stand up and say something about this type of action? Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? You're the first person who took it upon yourself to do that, and you still was too passive. Still was too passive. Because the white man did not get a slap on the hand from anybody who have sense. From not just from anybody who have sense, but somebody who has a big mouth. And when I say a big mouth, who has a voice, who has, how can I say, reach. You did not address that issue. You didn't, and that's an issue that has to be addressed. Also, I would like to talk about to these Europeans, our European counterparts, who are you? Because according to history, we all know that the Irish was trash to the Italians, right? The Jewish were trash to the Russians, right? And everybody to those from Great Britain, from, to the English crew, right? We all know in the United States of America that you had people who left England and came over, took over America, and enslaved people, people of African descent or people of melanin, right? Right. So my question is, what treaty did you join, or what agreement did you sign? You scratching your head, right? Scratching your head? Yes. You know why I'm asking that? Because I want to know, why is it that Europeans as a whole, as a conglomerate, and as a collective, is profiting off of this system. How do you get to profit off of a system that didn't like you? If you don't have family or descendants from England, how do you profit off of this system? What agreement did you sign, or what treaty did you join? I want to read it. You know why? Because the African American or the person of melanin need to be a part of that same treaty, and we need to have the same agreement, the opportunity to sign the same agreement. That's what we need to happen. All right? Because I'm not fooled by your nonsense. Trust me, I'm not. History, as far as I know it, is going to stay right here. And as far as I know it, you're not supreme, you're not superior, and you did not take over this country. So you don't have, in my mind, you actually don't have the privilege or even the rights to have privilege in this place. And then on top of that, we have more rights than you, especially if you don't have England descent, because you wasn't a slave here. You wasn't enslaved, pardon me, by the Europeans for as long as the people of African descent was. You weren't. That didn't last long. It didn't last long. And the different stripes between the different European cultures and backgrounds was within different groups and sectors. But it wasn't that you had your Irish against the black, your Italian against the black. No, y'all had y'all different beefs and strifes. You did. You did. So you're not superior. You know, if you think that the black man's life is expendable, if you think that the black man is trash, and if you think that the black man is nothing, you're nothing, because you don't know how to build, right? You had to go to school and join a union to learn how to build and learn how to be a carpenter and all of this stuff that we had to learn false ripe, had to learn via critical thinking and learn how to build by doing things at that time. So who are you? Who are you? And no, I'm not a racist. All right. No, I'm not how can I say, an anti this and an anti that. No. I'm not none of that. So don't even come at me with that. But however, that's my come at you, excuse me, for the disdain that you have in your mind, for the mindset that you have, for whatever goes through your mind right before you kill a black man. I want you to think about the type of person you are, the type of disdain that you have. It makes me think for a second, did the black man enslave you and your family? Were your ancestors enslaved by black people? That's how you act. That's how you act. Okay, so is it that, or is it something else that's going on in your life? Okay, although you guys are privileged, some of you are not that happy, because you're slaves to the same system. All right. It appear as if you're profiting off of a system that victimized you, but a lot of you are still victims of this system, and you're taking your frustrations out on black people because we're dealing with a judicial system that is not for people of melanin. So that's why you get away with it. That's why you can maneuver through loopholes. But Iyanla Vanzant, the next time you speak up on any issue regarding race, regarding a white man killing a black man or anything like that, you need to come with it. You need to come with it for yourself and for the people. If you can't do that, then don't discuss the issue at all. We don't want to see you discussing the issue in that passive manner. No. Okay, people need to see some anger, and I'm not saying to be irrational. Okay, we know of all people you cannot be irrational, but the people need to see more than what they've seen. I am totally not buying it. All right, some of the other people who, how can I say, are not that hardcore may buy it. But you know, there's some people, a handful of people that I know that just totally not going to buy that if they saw it. It's just not happening.